Because we aren't unreasonable. For us, stability in the region is much more important, probably, than for any other country of NATO, except the countries who are in the region. The regional stability is for us of main importance, and it's one of the main goals of Greece, to see the Euro-Atlantic perspective of all our neighbors in the Western Balkans. So for us, it is very important that this stability is built on a solid base, and a solid base in this region, where there are a lot of problems of yesterday, we know that these problems have to get out of the way, and we have to deal with them. That's why we are saying that we need to find a mutually acceptable solution in the name issue. We need to leave this problem of yesterday to the past, and we need to build good neighborly relationship, which is the basis for alliance relationship or for relationship in the European Union. I would never call another country unreasonable. I'm much more careful than that. And the truth is that the Greeks feel very friendly towards this nation. But we want to meet them halfway, and we went our halfway. And it was not easy for us in the domestic political reality. We made a change in our policy. We said something very simple, and I think this is very fair what we proposed. We said, look, Greater Macedonia, geographical Macedonia, is a region from which 51% belongs to Greece, 9% belongs to Bulgaria, and 30% belongs to you. Let's make it clear. Let's make it clear that you represent your part of Macedonia. And this has to be understood by everybody around the world, so that everybody knows to whom he is speaking and with whom he has to deal with. And I think this is a very fair proposal. It has been the case in many, many countries around the world. And I'm very sorry to see that for 12 years now that these negotiations are going on, there is no success in these negotiations.
So what you're saying is that something which has a geographical reference, like New or Upper Macedonia, would be acceptable to you?
Yes.
And what is wrong with the Republic of Macedonia brackets Skopje?
Because you know, and I know, and all the people who are listening to me probably now know that this is not a name, and that this will be practically forgotten. The truth is, if we want to solve the problem, then we have to have a name which is used, which is a real name, which is a name which gives the answers to all these irredentist and nationalistic logics of the past. And this is the answer which we need in the whole of the region of the Balkans. We cannot go on thinking as we did during the Cold War, or even before the Cold War. We have to change our way of thinking. I think we did that, and we showed also our will many, many times and on many occasions. We are the main investors in the region. We have produced more than 20,000 jobs in the region. Greeks are very much interested in living together in peace and solidarity with friends and allies. But we have to deal with the problems before we get the invitation to the alliance. An alliance cannot be an alliance between countries where the good neighborly relations don't exist. Just imagine how the Greeks felt when they saw their own flag with a swastika. How would the British feel if they, who had fought against the fascism as they fought, and as we Greeks fought with them, would see their the swastika on their flag?
But that was a private thing. That was not the government doing that.
Of course. It is a private thing, and we would like to see it as a private thing, but it was a private thing which was around the whole of the city of Skopje. And in Greece, and we are a democracy, believe me, if something was so humiliating for another country, we would not accept it. And I think not even in London you could do that and accept this kind of insult. I'm saying that just as a small example. We need another basis on our relation. And this other basis will really exist if we have found a mutually acceptable name and afterwards have this erga omnes for the whole package.
If you are going to continue with this position, that's quite clear, and it does remain a real possibility that you are going to be isolated within NATO. What do you think the consequences of that will be for you?
I will answer you with the same answer John Major gave, and you, the British, know very well what it means to have sometimes a different voice than the others. And the answer, my answer is that we need a consensus. Consensus means that all of us agree, either in an alliance or in the European Union. That's what consensus is about. It meets the needs of every ally and its beliefs, and that's what we are counting on. And honestly, even now that I'm talking, I know that there are different opinions around, but I believe that our allies will think that Greece is an ally of 50 years, is an ally who has fought together with the alliance on all possible fronts, and I believe that one should also think that when the whole Greek parliament comes up with one position, this cannot be a position which would be out of context.
Are you concerned that if you do veto the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, that it will split into two along ethnic lines and may possibly disintegrate?
Why would they split now? They haven't split in the last 15 years, 14 years that they exist. Nothing will change radically for one date, either before or after NATO. NATO will go on, the countries will go on, and the open door policy of NATO is a policy which Greece strongly believes in. So if we find a solution in 2 months, in 3 months, in 4 months, and I wish to find it as soon as possible, and have the whole package of the Security Council endorsing it, then of course Greece will not only be accepting FYROM in NATO, but will also be one of the strongest supporters.